3 of this series on how to play Didan Netzach, learn the names of the keys, and to my new studio in Jerusalem. I welcome you here. Please come and visit. Come and live. Okay, it's a very nice place. A little hard to do banking, but other than that, it's very nice. Okay, now, so far in the first 2 parts, I covered the names of the keys, and we learned that there are 7 white keys before they start repeating, that there's C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and then repeats at C, and it goes all the way up the piano that way. And if you're not sure how that works, go back to the first part, and I explained that on the left side is C of the 2 blacks, on the middle is D, and the right side of the 2 black keys is E, and then you get to 3 blacks, so on and so forth. Now, what I want to talk about in this last short video is what you do with your left hand to play the background part or the accompaniment for Didan Netzach. Now, first I'll demonstrate it, and then I will I'll demonstrate it. I'll demonstrate it, and then I'll explain it. Here's what I want to tell you, is that in the beginning, we're going to start off playing only 1 note at a time in the left hand, and you're only going to get 1, 2 choices. Now, first, here's how we said that the setup for Didan Netzach is that your thumb in the right hand goes on C. So you've got in the right hand C, D, E, F, and G. Okay. Now in the left hand, you're going to have the same setup, but it's not going to be your thumb on C, it's going to be your pinky finger, or what's called in piano, your 5th finger on C. So that allows you to press down C with your 5th finger and G with your thumb. And your hands, just to go over it one more time, are going to look like this. Your right hand's covering these 5 notes, C, D, E, F, G, with fingers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and your left hand is covering C, D, E, F, G, with fingers 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, I'm going to hold it up. As I mentioned in, I think, the first video, is that, maybe I can do it this way, is that the circled numbers, the circled letters, are basically for the left hand. They're not for the right hand. And you play it at the same time as whatever it's on top of in the right hand, and you hold it all the way till it changes till the next circled letter, which is G, and it's only going to go back and forth between C and G, okay? So what happens is, now I'm just going to give you a little warning that it takes some practice to do this. One of the very hard things about learning to play the piano is playing with 2 hands. And one of the reasons that it's hard is because you're often 98% of the time doing different things in both hands, right? So even just doing the same thing in each hand is hard, but to do different jobs, different hands takes a little practice. And what I would say when you practice is first learn the right hand, and then go through, once you know the right hand, you know, you can play it and you hear the tune, that means that you know it. If you're playing and you hear Didan Netzach, when you're playing, obviously, the right hand's correct, okay? So then I would add in the left hand. And how you do that is basically very slowly. By the way, everything I'm telling you is how pianists have been practicing for, no matter what level you're on, everyone breaks it down and practices with the right hand and then the left hand, and then you put your hands together. Okay, now, basically, you want to add in the left hand playing at the same time. You know, the left hand is played when you hit that C in the right hand, you hold the C in the left hand, and you hold it all the way through till you get to this G in the left hand, and it occurs at the same time as the F in the right hand. And the reason you know they're at the same time is because in music, things that are on top of each other means that they're played together, meaning that this left hand note, this C, is played at the same time as this C. This G is played at the same time as this F, and so on and so forth through the music. Now, that's the end of these short tutorials. I would suggest you practice. You could certainly email me. I'll include my email at the bottom. There's my website, which is richardwsamuels.com. You can go there, and there'll be other videos. And my email will be included. And if you have any questions, you can use that. I would strongly recommend that you, like I said, you practice very slowly and first go through the right hand, be able to play the right hand, and then do the left hand. And I'll just say for the future, that future tutorials, I'll cover the beginnings of how to read music, and actually we'll do music reading. I'll cover more Jewish music, and I'll teach you a little bit about the fingerings for the piano, and we'll get into playing, doing things with the chords in the left hand. And just to give you a little prelude to the future, chords are when you play 3 or more notes at one time in the left hand. So for example, C chord is C, E, and G all played at the same time. And if you were to use chords in Didan Netzach, there are only 2 chords. And the 2 chords are C chord and G chord, which is G, B, and D all played at the same time. And those letters that I wrote here can be used instead of doing single notes. You can play chords. So it would then sound like this. And so on and so forth. So I look forward to seeing you in the next set of videos. I hope you'll reach out and contact me and let me know how it's going, or if you have any questions. And thank you for attending my Jerusalem workshop here in beautiful Katamon, Jerusalem, where we daven at the Kotel on a regular basis. And you know, it's pretty hot here, so try and bring some sandals or something. Anyway, thank you, and look forward to seeing you in more videos. All the best.